And if you're tuned in to supertalktv.com, you'll see it's National National Wear Red Day. And the first Friday of February always is the annual campaign to raise awareness about heart disease in women. And we have with us the First Lady Elee Reeves. And along with her and the governor's office, as well as American Heart Association and Bank Plus, they officially kicked off February as Heart Month yesterday by lighting up the mansion red. And there's a lot of other good things going on. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited you're there. You're in your red. I'm in my red, and now the mansion's all red. So tell us how this partnership came together.
Yeah, well, this has been a long-running partnership, and yesterday we kind of kicked off the Go Wear Red Day for today, and by lighting the mansion, and it'll be lit until next Friday, February 11th.
Which I think is really cool, and to raise awareness, too, that, February is Heart Disease Month, and it still remains the number one killer for women and men, but particularly for women. And this is time to remind the ladies. I mean, you need to know your numbers. Heart disease, is something that can be prevented through good nutrition and good exercise. And I always like to remind the men who listen to Good Things, Ellie, that this is your month to shine, to remind those ladies in your life to get their heart checked and to know those specific numbers. But some of that does come with healthy eating. So I have to know, what's the First family's favorite heart-healthy meals?
Well, my girls and Tate eat a lot of vegetables. So we eat a lot of like green peas and green beans, and we do eat a lot of baked chicken and some kind of grilled fish. We eat a lot of fruits at our house, mostly in smoothies. They will eat cut fruit, but they cannot be mixed together. They have to be separate.
Well, you know what? Whatever works and gets those fruits and veggies in our family's bellies is always a good thing. Okay, when we splurge, though, what's the First family splurging on?
Well, I would probably first have to say ice cream. That's a big, that's definitely a treat at our house. So,
Yeah, I think that's a treat at everybody's house, and it can fit into a heart-healthy diet as well. One thing you have done as First Lady is you've brought back, or you've created, the Florist of the Month program, and I know that this has been a really near and dear program to your heart. I have adored looking at all of the great floral arrangements and the different decor that's come through the mansion there on your Facebook page. Why was this so important to you?
Well, really, it was just a fun program to start. Every month they have flowers that are in the historic section for all the tours that come through. And we just thought what a fun thing it would be to focus a new florist, throughout the state each month. And it's just kind of kicked off. And we've, seen some, even some people that don't necessarily have a florist shop. Maybe they just do it out of their home. I mean, we kind of have everyone. And it's been really neat to see how talented Mississippi is.
I think so, too. And I think florist is one of those necessarily underrated artists, which if you think you can go in your backyard and just cut a couple flowers, well, number one, most of us don't have the beautiful arrangements in terms of our gardens, and put something together and make it look as outstanding as some of the arrangements that you've had there, you're kidding yourself. It's truly an art form to it. Now, I know you're looking for more florists that might love to have their work, displayed there at the mansion. Miss Ellie, so how do we do that? Or if someone's listening, how can they go about applying for that?
Yeah, look, we are looking for people all the time. We keep a running list of who has which month. So even if you are interested but know that you need to have September for whatever reason, look, give us a call or send us an email. Best thing to do is just to contact my staff, my chief of staff, Ann Beard, and her email is ann.beard@govreeves.ms.gov, or obviously you can look on any of my social media platforms too.
Because you still, every month, there's at least 12 a year that have to get filled, which I know you don't have any problems necessarily doing that at all. And they're gorgeous. And I think it's a great way for people to have their moment and show off their talents there in terms of floral. And then, too, I think Friends of the Mansion is another good thing that you've got going there. Well, I guess you call it home, but it's, it's the governor's mansion to us. And this is something you didn't necessarily start, but you brought back. So what is Friends of the Mansion?
Yeah, so this program, Friends of the Mansion, was originally created by Governor and First Lady William Winter, and just kind of dwindled throughout the years. And so we thought it was a great thing to kind of resurrect and bring it back. And so we offer everyone an opportunity to be a member of Friends of the Mansion, and all of the proceeds go towards fixing up the historic area, whether it be reupholstering a couch or, repairing a broken chair. And even we also instituted a new thing that we're going to have a Friends of the Mansion garden party each year. We had our first one last year, and we have a little tiny silent auction where we auction off things from Christmas. Last year, we auctioned off all of the ornaments that the artist had created. This year, we will likely auction off all of the ornaments that the children created. So it'll be fun. But all of those proceeds, again, go to, basically keeping the historic part of the mansion beautiful.
Which, if you've never gotten a chance to see, it's absolutely stunning. And it's your mansion. I mean, it's part of Mississippi's history and heritage, and everyone should have the opportunity at some point or make the time to come and view it. You mentioned the children's ornaments. Would that be from this past Christmas at the mansion?
Yes.
Which was phenomenal. The fact that you had kids from all over Mississippi create ornaments that went on the big trees that decorated the mansion. Do you know how many ornaments total that you had?
Well, we stopped counting after 1,100, but I mean, boxes and boxes just came in, and it is truly amazing, the talent of our Mississippi children.
Well, I was going to say, what did you do with all those ornaments? But now you answered it. You may have an opportunity to pay that forward, and then it come right back in, to helping out the mansion. But one thing that doesn't just help the mansion, it helps the entire state, is to keep Mississippi beautiful, which I think is such a good initiative. We've highlighted so many of their great programs here on Good Things. One of my favorite, at least here locally, is when they did in Ridgeland, Ellie, they did the zinnias project. Literally, I think they tilled up just a lot that wasn't used. They sprinkled out zinnia seeds, and then it went viral with everyone stopping and taking family photos. And, it was just such a beautiful and easy sort of thing. So that's one sort of example of Keep Mississippi Beautiful. But I know you're involved in a lot of other events as well.
Definitely. Well, we kind of just found ourselves partnering with Keep Mississippi Beautiful. This actually started during the historic flood of the Pearl River almost 2 years ago, and asked them what we could do to help them with cleanup efforts. And then it just launched into this beautiful partnership, and we have worked with them. They are in almost all of the counties across the state, and we have cleaned up from the Gulf Coast all the way to the metro area. And just recently, we kicked off the Gateway project to Jackson, to our capital city, and we've been trying to clean up there just so that everyone that comes in to the Capitol or even to see all our beautiful museums, that they're just greeted with the beauty of Mississippi. So it's really been a great partnership.
And I think that's a part that we can all play, is to help keep Mississippi beautiful, which I'm not suggesting anyone listening knowingly puts trash or litter out. I don't think anybody does that on purpose. But I mean, doing those small things like covering your load or just making sure, if you see trash, you can pick it up and throw it away. Because first impressions are a big deal. And we work so hard in our small communities. We should definitely keep them as beautiful as possible, which you guys are doing at the mansion by changing its colors. I think it was pink back in October for at least a minute. So it comes back to the fact that from now until the 11th, it will be red. So how is it red? I mean, is it just big spotlights? What do you have decorated there for February, for Heart Month?
Well, it's mainly spotlights. They change some of the bulbs to be red, the LED lighting, but then also Devane Lighting comes and actually does spotlights. And so I definitely encourage everyone to drive by and see your mansion lit up. It's just beautiful.
It is just beautiful. And I know it's going back to, I guess, Christmas. It was the first time that everyone had the walkability. I think you had Santa and Mrs. Claus sort of there. So retrospecting, Ms. Ellie, how was the Christmas at the mansion this year? How was those new events downtown?
Oh, they were great. So the Department of Archives and History every year does a candlelight tour, and it is usually the first Friday in December. Everyone mark your calendar for next year. We have about 2,000 people that come through, which sounds like a lot, but it really was fabulous. We had everyone come through, you tour the mansion, see the decorations. We invited them to come outside into the East Lawn and have hot chocolate and Christmas cookies and to visit with Santa. This year we had some train rides. So we're looking forward. We'll see what we do next year.
You never know, and it'll be here before we know it. I know it's already February, and it feels like summer's right around the corner, and then we'll be talking about sort of the holidays again. But the cool part is every month you guys are highlighting a Mississippi florist there at the mansion, and you're doing so many good things across the state. I know the best way to keep up with you is obviously on your Facebook page, so how can we find you there?
So Facebook, it's just First Lady of Mississippi, Elee Reeves, and we're also on Instagram.
You're also on Instagram, and going back to raising that awareness for women in Mississippi for Heart Month, make sure you know your numbers, your blood pressure, your cholesterol. Men, this is your day or your month or your day, just to gently nudge and say, you know your numbers. We got to take care of each other, don't we?
Exactly. And women don't often take care of themselves. We have to remind them.
No, we have to remind them, but you can still enjoy a scoop of ice cream or two if you want to. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate having you. Okay, stick with us. We've got more good things for you coming up next.